Today, we are talking about how to grow your business faster with SEO using 5 hacks, if you will, for you. Number 1, jumping right into it. And this is talking about your digital marketing, your website. So the homepage of your content, we call it MC, your master content, right? Your homepage content, Google, and if you want to speak to this,
yeah.
homepage.
So what happens is Google's looking for, like, everyone's like, how does Google do it? Well, they've created an algorithm over years to scan through your content, crawl through it, and understand what it says. Google separates your website into 2 huge parts: your master content or main content, and your supporting content or your secondary content.
Which is blogs and other stuff.
Blogs, your service pages, your about us, all that stuff, right? Whatever's on your home page is what's most important. And when we looked at these websites, one of the examples I have is we were looking through a platform that gives gifts, and we looked at 10 different websites, and none of them could explain what they did, and only one of them put a picture of a gift. They all do e-gifts or physical gifts. Only one company put gifts anywhere on the home, like the very, very first section. So if I'm reading this as a user that doesn't know what they do, I'm not going to scan any further. It's pointless. So what we're trying to get at is if you readjust your main content or master content to be more understandable for not only the people who are going, but Google, it just helps out.
Well, yeah, we had a Rome reborn optimized analysis moving forward, right? So we did one of those, and I was noticing they did construction, HVAC, they did plumbing, they did electrical, they did everything. They must be so big because their website was very outdated. They had pixelated pictures on the homepage. Just looked kind of bad. Looks, antiquated. Really, I had no idea what they did. Like the average person, it takes like literally 3 or 4 seconds, or they're gonna bounce. That's why you have a bounce rate on your website. I had no idea what they did. I had to go to their services page, go down and say, okay, they do plumbing. Okay, they do this. And you're not going to care. And it looked like a giant company. So, and they had 300 clicks to their website. So imagine being a plumber, electrician, doing all these HVAC, all these things. You could have 1,000. You should have a few thousand clicks to your website of niche-oriented people if you're doing proper SEO. My other point is they also didn't have a blog page. They're not even trying. That's okay. Some people just, hey, we're swimming in money. We're swimming in clients. Maybe they're on a job every single day, and that's cool. Good for them. We're trying to convey that brand unification as well is really important. Everything, your business, SEO, but one of our things is brand unification through social media. Everything goes in hand. It's your website, the font, the color scheme. You should have the same color scheme on your social media that you do your website. Same logo. You're not gonna have your logo on social media be green and then on your website it's black.
There's times when there's holidays, like we want to change up our logo because it's Halloween, but you don't change it there forever, right?
Right. It's like a post.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just a one-time thing. And we talk about with the brand unification. In the beginning, we understand if you're a smaller business, you just post on everything and it's the same type of post. And that's okay, as long as it's consistent. And then you start getting more people, or you hire on an agency, you can start diversifying the way you do your social media. Not only being like, hey, YouTube, this video worked, Instagram, it didn't. Instagram, it worked, and then it didn't work on Facebook. It did really well on Facebook, was not so good on LinkedIn. Again, that's when you start getting into the nitty-gritty of social media. So number 1, like I said, we said homepage. Number 2, social media.
With the brand unification, the algorithm is different for every platform. So that's what you have to realize. It's kind of a pain in the butt too. Because like Instagram, you have little square ones, but if you try to put that square one on YouTube, it just looks terrible, and vice versa. If you try to do it on YouTube and put that same thing. Anyway, consistency is key, but after that, you do want to figure out, okay, what is Instagram like? What is YouTube like? Going on to the next thing is fixing links. Backlinks, it's linking from your website on your page, and it's linking to someone else's page. And so what Google does is they say, okay, it's linking to johnsmithplumbing.com. We're not John Smith, it's linking to him. The link on his website goes back to our page, and that would be a good solid backlink. Normally you want to have a niche oriented. So if you're a plumber, you want to have it somewhere in like the plumber field, right? You're not going to link to like Microsoft, right?
Right, but you can also, with backlinks, you can link back to a mommy blogger who said, I had an issue with my plumbing, right?
Relevancy, talking about it.
You can still be relevant in different topics, but as long as it correlates. Okay, well, you're a restaurant and you're going to a dental office. Maybe if this is a dessert place, right? And they only do desserts. Yeah, okay, now we correlate, but talk about Mexican food spot or a Thai spot, it's like, why does that completely matter? It doesn't, right? So, and if you can't correlate it, it doesn't make any sense.
And there is something we have for you. This is free. It's deadlinkchecker.com. You go on there, you put in your website, it'll give you 404 errors on your site. It'll just do it all for free. That's just a nice tool to use. So you're welcome. The next one, add a simple blog page. I see this probably like, I don't know, probably 50 to 60% of the time, especially if they're not doing SEO, it's more like 80 to 90. If you're not doing SEO, you don't have more content. You're not going to be found for more keywords. Having content that's relevant to you, having keywords in that content. But there is a difference. SEO content, that's a huge thing, is very different from, like, say this guy's an owner over here and he knows everything about his lawn care company. And he starts writing about lawn care. Oh yeah, we do John Johnson, blah, blah, blah. We do the great stuff, blah, 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 whatever. Guess what? Google wants a certain amount of passive voice. The keyword has to be in there in a certain amount of times, predicated on how big or little the actual blog is. So there's all these different, criteria to create. And that's why we use a bunch of different tools. Like, probably have over 10 softwares that we use for technical SEO, on-site SEO, just whatever, going through everything. So that's something that's really huge, is the SEO content. Having a company like us, that we have niche-oriented content writers that know how to write about plumbers, dentists, HVAC, insurance companies, all these different industries, because you want someone knowledgeable.
If John Johnson, Lawn Care, decides they want to write a blog, we can take that blog and then make it friendly. Don't get me wrong, unique content is what people are looking for. This is on YouTube, this is on any other social media platform, this is on your website. When it feels unique, Google's like, oh, it can scan and be like, oh, this isn't plagiarized.
Right.
This isn't copy. This isn't repetitive. They read a sentence when they're scrolling through it. If they have the sky is blue, when it is raining, the sky is blue. I like when the sky is blue. People do that right in their content. They put filler sentences and filler words. Google can read that. It's better to put content that is unique and trying to convey a message and it's clear. Having him write it, it could be okay, but we know that, like you said, it doesn't have the keywords. It doesn't have H1s and H2s and H3s. It doesn't separate it out. Doesn't make it look pretty. Doesn't put pictures. All he did was write something that was really smart about the lawn care field, which I'm not going to do anything.
Right. They could write it, but let us SEO it, make sure it's good. All right. I think we knocked that one out. Google Business Profile, right? They keep changing. I always get confused as to Google Search Console, Google My Business. It's now Google Business Profile. This is huge for local businesses. If I search on my phone, pizza near me, if someone doesn't have their Google profile set up, then it's not going to show up, because what that is doing is saying, hey, we're at this address, this phone number, these operating hours. And what you want to do in addition is local citations, which is like, without getting too much into the weeds, it's putting you in other directories in your area that will basically say, hey, these guys are verified. They have their operating hours. They have their phone number. They have the correct address, all the stuff.
Google Business Profile is the standard, right? Whatever is on there should be on those local citations.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And when people have wrong hours on these local citations, or wrong websites, or wrong names, or wrong whatever, it looks bad on them. Going back to Google Business Profile, you could put pictures. People look at those pictures.
Especially if it's a restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone, that's what I do, is I look, I'm like, oh, this dish looks good. What is that?
Besides that, you can still say we do something like HVAC. Show a picture of their van fleet, picture of their team, picture of their office building, or them working on a project. I'm like, they look like they actually work. Versus, all I know is a logo, there's no pictures about it. There's no reviews on there. There's no phone number. It has the hours. I can't schedule an appointment on there. I have to go to their website. You're creating more issues for your user. Your users should be able to click whatever they want and get the answers, or be able to see it on there.
I have a quick story. My story is I went to go, I was hungry. It was 9 o'clock at night, and I went to my favorite Mexican spot, because guess what? I looked up, they said they were open. So I go and show up about 9:20. I'm like, okay, it says they're open till 10 o'clock. And then they're like, oh, we close at 9. I'll forever remember that. And it kind of makes me mad, because they don't care enough about their own business to update their Google, business profile. So it hey, I wasted my time. And now it's a negative connotation of, okay, I wasted my time going to this place. Okay, don't go there again. You know what I mean? It pisses you off. I had that happen also last year at Christmas time. Everyone says they're open Christmas. It's crazy. Nobody changes that. So it's hard to what do you know? Who's lying to me? Who's not? Update your profile, people. Anyway. Going back over it, homepage, your master content on your homepage, okay? Number 2, brand unification through social media, okay? That's number 2. And, fonts, all that stuff, color, everything. Number 3, fix your links on your website. Internal links, 404 errors, all those, right? The next one, set up a simple blog page, okay? You want to have a blog page, SEO content. And the last one, Google Business Profile. Set that up, no matter who you are, but especially a local business, you want to set that up. And we did some math here, guys. Hiring us 40 hours a week, it actually costs less than $8.50. You get professionals in every single category, a dedicated account manager, all these different things. It's crazy. That's why it's you wouldn't want to take this on. Imagine doing this all yourself. And yes, if you're strapped for money, good luck. Let us know if we can help you, and we'll definitely do that. But it's really beneficial when you can afford. Chalk it up to $9 an hour.
Yeah, for 40 hours. And don't get me wrong, most people are starting people off at 10, 11, 12, right? 12 minimum. And it's if you can't afford that, then it's here's some different ways that you can improve your SEO that are just simple, easy things. But as we explain in prior videos and as we explain all the time, this isn't there's these only 10 things that you need for SEO. You need so many things for the overall growth, and it continues to change. That's why you also hire us. Not because we know all 250 ingredients, all 3,000, whatever it is, right? It's that we're doing it and understanding that there is things always changing and people don't keep up with those changes. That's why you hire an agency.
Well, and that's these type of the rates and stuff for hourly and whatnot. That's entry level. We've been doing this over 12 years. Like to hire, if someone was to try to hire me, I wouldn't even look at them unless it was like, hey, Ryan, I'll give you $100 an hour. Like realistically, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, dude, I don't know, whatever, right? So that's our point is hopefully this helps you to, you know, if you're at the beginning or trying to just figure it out yourself, you have maybe 1 or 2 employees that you can offload it to, then great. But honestly, reach out to us. We'll give you a free assessment. We're not, you know, high pressure. We just like to help other businesses because business is hard. You know?
So hard.
Well, thanks for watching this video. Like, subscribe, tell us what we should talk about next.